minutes from pushing this to a Game 7. Utah leads by 5. Getting a rare contribution, at least in this series, from Adam Keefe. We're back after these words from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Howard Eisley, after a miserable Game 5 with no points and 5 turnovers, today has been big. He's helped rest Stockton. You see the kick down to Antoine Carr and the dunk. And in the last possession of the quarter, makes a pass that Adam Keefe makes a terrific catch on behind him and finishes. Today, Eisley has 1 point and 3 assists, no turnovers. He's given him good numbers off the bench, and Karl Malone likes the fact that he's watching and his team is increasing the lead.
As we start the fourth quarter, Michael Jordan has scored 29 points. He's 10 of 24. At one time, he was 9 of 15. That means he's just one of his last 9. He's played 34 of the 36 minutes so far after playing 45 of 48 on Friday night. Remember, in the fourth quarter Friday, he was just 1 of 7 from the floor. You have to believe fatigue is an important factor now.
I think with Michael Jordan, he's smart enough to rest on defense and try to conserve his energy for offense.
Here he is on offense. And he'll be coming to the foul line just as the fourth quarter starts. But even those poundings take something out of him, right, as he goes to the basket.
Now, those are the things that take the most energy out of you. And the reason why, because if you can imagine yourself, if you had to wrestle with an individual for 2 minutes, that's very tiresome. However, when you're running up and down the court, that's an aerobic exercise. That doesn't take a lot out of you. So him going to the basket, taking that pounding, that takes a lot more out of you.
And also right now is normally the time that Michael Jordan rests. He tries to rest the first couple minutes of the fourth quarter without Pip, and he's not going to get that rest. So we'll see what that does as the game wears on.
But Jordan is the one individual that I've seen in this game since I played that can carry his team in the fourth quarter even when he's fatigued.
He's already played more games and more minutes than at any time in his career. Eisley, big hoop for Utah.
Tell me confidence isn't an unbelievable thing. This is the same kid we watched in Game 5 who didn't even want to dribble the basketball. Today he's making some big plays for his team.
Jordan against Anderson. He's still Michael Jordan. Whatever he has lost, through fatigue, through age, through whatever, has only brought him somewhat back to the field. He still leads the field. Morris out of the corner. Rodman with board position on Antoine Carr. Chris Morris has had a lot of open looks at threes like that in this series. Usually he's pretty good with them. In this series, he hasn't been able to hit them. Rodman drills a 20-footer and gives it that go-figure gesture.
Now remember, in Game 2 in here, he hit that same shot to tie the game. This one brings him within 1.
Eisley returns it to Keefe on the screen roll, and he blows the dunk. He argues that he was fouled, but he should have finished it anyway. Now Keefe heads for the bench, and Malone comes back. Chicago can take the lead.
See, now Malone has to guard Kukoc now on the perimeter. Watch that matchup.
Jordan between the legs and the jumper. Off target, rebound Morris. Malone hands it back to Morris, who converts on the reverse. Timeout, Chicago.
Now you watch Jordan using all his energy on offense. To go drive hard to the left and shoots a fadeaway J. And then Rodman, go figure, right? Lined up straight in, shoots it right in, and even he's surprised. And you watch Chris Morris moving without the basketball. Malone with the beautiful feed. Morris with the reverse layup off the glass. Beautiful basketball by Utah.
Ahmad Rashad back at the Delta Center. Now the strategy on Scottie Pippen, they had him in the back, they were putting ice on his back and electrical stimulation for pain relief, and they were trying to bide their time up until the 10-minute mark to bring him back out and see if he could play the last 10 minutes of the game. As you can see, he's back, he's on the floor, we just have to see how it goes. Bob?
Ahmad thanks Michael Jordan's first rest of the second half, and you'd have to guess it will be brief.
Utah right now has got to force Phil Jackson's hand. They got to stop him, and they've got to get some scores to make him come back and not get his normal rest.
Kukoc spins to the hoop and misses the bank. Bushler chases it down.
They got a new shot clock. I didn't see that ball hit the rim.
Kukoc out of the corner. That one's short. And Malone grabs the rebound. And he asked for a 20-second timeout because he was in danger of toppling out of bounds.
I think what you're going to see right now with Chicago is Tony Kukoc is going to try to put the pressure defensively on Karl Malone. Isaiah, he's a first-team defensive player, but he's used to playing around the basket. Kukoc can beat him with his speed, and let's see if he tries to break him down out on the perimeter.
And the dangerous player and the X factor for Chicago on the floor right now is Jud Buechler. Keep your eye on him because he'll come up with the hustle plays and the energy plays to keep Chicago involved.
Stockton now is back into the game after that 20-second timeout, so he too has had back problems. He's back in now for the finish.
Until he has exploded in the last couple of games, all the talk about Karl Malone concerned his scoring, but he has always been a terrific all-round player. Tonight, more evidence. 25 points, yes, but 10 rebounds and 6 assists, and we still have 9:16 remaining. Stockton on the dribble against Kerr, trying to find Malone, but they get a hand on it, and Rodman grabs it. Kukoc, a three would tie it. 4 seconds to shoot. Stockton knocked it away from Kerr. Malone tumbles. Should be a 24-second violation since no one had established clear possession of that loose ball, and that is what's called.
How about Karl Malone going for this loose ball? Now, John Stockton normally will come up with this ball. You can see he can't bend over with that back, but Karl Malone with a great hustle play that gives his team that opportunity now for the loose ball on the 24-second shot clock violation.
Michael is at the scorer's table. He's coming back. The next time play stops.
Remember now they like to go to Anderson in the post on Buechler.
Carr from 20 feet. It spins out and Rodman is there. Brian Russell comes off Jerry Sloan's bench. As soon as he saw that Jordan was about to come back in, he calls on Russell, who probably will guard it. Kukoc to tie it.
There was a great screen by Steve Kerr to open up Tony Kukoc, sacrificed his body, took on the bigger Malone, so Kukoc can nail the three.
15 for Tony.
Utah's got to get some movement.
Morris to a cutting Anderson, who was bumped. The basket may count. It does.
Bob, you can see now, Karl Malone has a tough time on the perimeter. He doesn't like to play out here, so he gets bumped and he just tries to run through the screen. Kukoc gets the bare three and knocks it down. And in the good movement here, you got to get a slash and a cut to get to the basket. Too much standing around for Utah. An opportunity now for the three-point play, which they get.
The foul on Kerr was his third. Jordan back in. Takes the pass from Pippen. Russell is on him. He gets by him. Now Carr comes over and commits the foul.
You see, they're so conscious of Michael Jordan coming off the screen. He gave Russell the fake. Then he came baseline, and watch as he braces himself to absorb the contact. Knows that he's going to get fouled. He's going to go to the line. Watch Jordan at the end of this game, the last 7 minutes, Doug, attacking the basket, trying to get to the foul line.
See, Michael is too good at finishing, though. You can't give him that baseline drive because he's going to get fouled. Isaiah, you got to push him back to the middle where you can help.
Jordan is now 7 of 10 at the line. Kerr out, Harper in. We're told that the brief stoppage was because of a sign one of the fans was holding, and it had some offensive language on it. So they had it removed. Dennis Rodman, we're told, was the only player to protest its removal. Hornacek guarded by Jordan. Malone over Dennis. Rebound Pippen. Hornacek slapping at it. Scotty just hobbling around. The foul is on Antoine Carr, and that's his fourth.
Utah has gotten very stagnant here right now, Isaiah. They've really bogged down and really started in the third quarter. The free throw line kept them in it, but right now they're really struggling scoring.
And this was Chicago's defense has been dominant against Utah in the fourth quarter.
Jordan with the jumper. And with 37 points, as Utah falls behind now for the first time since midway through the second quarter.
See, he's headed for 40. I would start double teaming Jordan every time he touched it.
Brian Russell went down, and there's a foul on Kukoc.
Doug, you talk about wanting to bring Jordan to the middle, but his game is so complete. And when you bring him to the middle, he's able to come right to that right hand, square up, and shoot it right from the free throw line.
It's Chicago by 1, and you're watching the NBA on NBC.
Welcome back to the Delta Center. I'm Jim Gray. Jerry Sloan during this timeout told his team we can't keep playing this stagnant offense and walking the ball up the court. We need some cutters. He wants to push the ball, try and get some fast break opportunities off the rebounds. Wants them to set some picks and run off the picks, create some movement in the offense. Bob?
Jim, thanks. A look at the numbers for Jordan and Malone.
Jerry Sloan wants fast break points. They have to turn to John Stockton right now to push the tempo. And thus far, he's only attempted 4 field goals at 5 points, 4 assists, and 3 turnovers. Stockton has to come through big for him down the stretch.
What's happened also, too, when Malone's getting the rebound, he's holding it, and rather than outletting where they can run.
Here is Stockton with Harper on him. Antoine Carr. Malone, 3 defenders on him, and they take it away. It's Pippen wincing as he comes up with the loose ball. Jordan over Hornacek. Short. A whistle underneath from Danny Crawford. Stay right here. Loose ball foul on Utah.
See, Malone's catching the ball in the post. He's getting double and triple team right now. He's got to be a passer out of this post. You see Pippen there knock the ball away from him. But if there are 3 guys on him and you space the floor, somebody's got to be open.
And Doug, what Chicago is saying right now, we're not going to let Karl Malone beat us. Someone else is going to have to step up and beat us tonight.
Pippen, who can barely move, throws it in. In almost any other situation, he couldn't possibly be playing. Regular season, never. Even earlier in the playoffs, he'd probably be sitting. Jordan again. And Stockton pulls it down.
This is where they got to push it, get something quickly.
Underneath to Carl, and he was fouled.
It was a nice feed by John Stockton, pushing it up the court. catching Malone early in the offense, right underneath the basket. Malone did a great job of sealing and drawing the foul.
4 on Rodman.
Michael's upset with himself right now. He's missed 2 jump shots that would have given his team a 3-point lead. He's really upset about that because both of them were very makeable shots that Michael normally makes.
And Russell has done a good job guarding Michael Jordan, forcing him to shoot jump shots and not really allowing him to get to the basket.
Malone busting loose with the huge game on Friday night. He had 20 in the first half. He's at 26 now after the free throw. Jordan leads all scorers with 37. He's 13 of 30 from the floor. Utah back in front by 1.
Steve Kerr now in for Chicago. Remember, he spaces the floor and gives them another shooter if they do start running at Michael and scrambling their defense.
Michael again. Russell takes it down. Stockton has a little daylight, and Utah has a 3-point lead.
Transition basketball again. The little screen by Malone, and he hits the open jump shot.
Kukoc. Kerr. Pippen in the lane. Connects on the turnaround, playing through clenched teeth. Malone. Rodman wins the rebound battle.
That's a bad foul on Malone now because that's the 5th team foul. Now Rodman will shoot 2 free throws, but Stockton pushing the ball up the floor. You see the screen right there by Antoine Carr, and Scottie Pippen cannot help out. And then Scottie Pippen with a quick post up in the lane, and the gutty effort by Scottie Pippen here. You can see as he catches the ball, it's so difficult, but he's got those long arms. He can still score over Hornacek.
The foul on Malone a moment ago was only his 2nd. Rodman to the line. Remember, he made 4 clutch free throws in game 4. This one is long. Over the year, he's a 55% free throw shooter.
You see, Isaiah, he shot that ball. As he shot it, he sort of walked away from it. You got to stay with that shot.
Yeah, he didn't even take a look at the basket. He has to get set, take a look at it, and knock it down.
4:46 left. If he hits this, he can tie it. Stockton glancing at the clock as he comes across. 4.5 minutes for Utah to end its season or prolong it. Stockton, 5 seconds to shoot. It's Hornacek. Malone. They'll bring it back out. The jumper by Carl. Utah back in front.
Great patience. Offensive rebound, kick it out, and Hornacek got it right back to him.
Malone has 29. Three seconds to shoot. Harper's not the guy they want to have do it, but he has to. And he beats the shot clock and cans a huge shot.
Doug, I think Utah is letting Scottie Pippen rest. I would go at him right now. He's trying to guard Antoine Carr, and Antoine Carr has a big advantage over him inside.
Russell. Driving against Rodman. Contact and a foul. Kukoc was also there, and they call it on Kukoc's 3rd.
Now you watch Harper as he takes this shot. Does he get it off in time? I don't know. That's a tough call.
Well, you know what? If they miss that call, it's a 5-point swing in missed calls on shot clock situations. They took a Howard Isley 3 away wrongly in the first half. This one was even closer, but it appeared that Harper may have been just a fraction of a second behind the shot clock. Harper's basket counted. This one by Isley, which should have counted, did not.
See, I think this 3 was good in the last shot that Harper took. I think that was a shot clock violation.
Russell steps to the line and knocks them both down. Stockton on Harper, out to MJ for 3. It's short. Hornacek pegging it ahead to Russell, but Micheal, with whatever gas is left in his tank, gets back to pick it off. Rodman, offensive foul on Dennis. And that's 5.
Now, Isaiah, that's what you're talking about. Jumping out off that screen and make Michael Jordan be a passer. Throw it to Rodman, who can't finish.
And you saw Jordan right there complaining, saying Rodman needs to have a chance to come down. I thought it was a questionable call. When you look at this play, you watch Jordan come off the screen and he's double teamed, and as an offensive player, you're allowed to establish position and come down. It's a tough call right there.
Oh no, says Micheal. The Jazz by a basket.
Well, remember last year in Game 4, Stockton to Malone that won the game. The long pass over the fingertips of Michael Jordan. Stockton with a great pass. Michael just misses it, and Malone gets the layup really to seal the win. Well, moments ago, were we going to see the same thing here? A chance to go up 4. Hornacek throws the pass, and Michael Jordan, with every ounce of energy that he has, goes up and gets the steal. He misses the shot, the 3 that would have put him up 1. Had this gone through, it would have been a 4-point lead for the Jazz. Michael gets back and makes the great steal.
Jordan has 37 points on 13 of 32. 2 of 7 in the fourth. He is 3 of 14 in his last 2 fourth quarters. Even Superman apparently gets tired. Malone, lots of room. Got it!
That's their pet play. Malone goes over like he's going to the post and screams for Stockton, and he rolls out and hits the huge jump shot.
Jordan spinning, double team, has to get rid of it. Gets it right back from Pippen. Double pump, knocked away by Carr, and a foul.
Isaiah, normally on this play, Malone goes to the post. This time he goes and screens so Stockton can get to the middle of the floor. A mix-up, they trap, no one rotates, and Malone buries the shot. Now on this defensive possession, Hornacek, I thought, should have run at Michael Jordan and made him pass the ball back to Scottie Pippen.
You got to take the ball out of Jordan's hands right now and make Harper or Pippen beat you from the perimeter.
Jordan's 9 of 12 now at the stripe.
Now you look at the job that Russell is doing against Jordan. He's keeping him out on the perimeter, not allowing him to come into the post.
He hits them both, making it a 2-point game with exactly 2 minutes to play. Stockton. Russell with a huge rebound. Tried to throw it off Rodman's leg as he was walking a tightrope and couldn't do it. Chicago back looking to tie. Micheal, short, rebound Stockton. The jumpers come up short when fatigue is a factor. It's true of anyone, even the best of them. Rodman got in front and knocked it loose, but Chicago touched it last. Phil Jackson hot over that call. A minute 14 remaining.
Watch Hornacek on this play, wrapping off a triple screen.
Stockton for three! That would have been a dagger in Chicago's heart. Instead, they could tie it or take the lead with a three of their own. Jordan. And a blocking foul. Stockton is down on the floor. Jordan's going to come to the line. It's Stockton's fourth.
You watch Jordan fake like he's coming to the middle again. Russell gives him the baseline. Stockton comes over a little too late. Call the blocking foul on Stockton. Jordan again at the free throw line.
20-second time, 20-second timeout.
Chicago takes a 20-second timeout.
Now you watch Jordan in the fourth quarter trying to get to the basket against Anderson. Pulls up and takes the jump shot. Again, they're keeping him out on the perimeter, not allowing him to get into the post. Coming to the foul line for his patented free throw line, Jay. But again, Russell keeping him out of the post. Pulls up, shoots it a little short. This is a big 20-second timeout for Chicago because it allows Jordan to get some rest before he goes to the free throw line to try to knock down two.
At the line, he's 10 of 13. From the floor, he's 13 of 33.
Well, in this fourth quarter, Micheal is only 2 of 8 from the fourth quarter, but what he's done is he's been able to get to the free throw line. He's 6 of 6, so he's shooting his 7th and 8th free throws of the quarter. They've got to find a way to be able to guard him without fouling him here.
He cuts it to 1. Phil Jackson has told the Bulls during the last couple of timeouts, let's try to take it to the rack, go to the basket, not look for the perimeter shot. Jordan ties it. Maybe the 20-second timeout was, as much as anything, just to give him a breather to gather himself for the crucial free throws. 50 seconds. Malone. Cross-court Stockton, a three, it's there!
Now Ron Harper is guarding Stockton, who cuts through. Pippen is going to double team. So what happens now? Stockton's going to circle through, and Antoine Carr dives down, so Harper has to play him. Now on the skip out pass, Stockton hits the three. What a huge shot to put his team up 3. Look how close his foot was to the line here. A 3 by inches. Now this is what Karl Malone has to do. He has to find the open man, and Harper runs at him. And normally, it's Stockton and Malone. This time it was Malone to Stockton.
10 points for Stockton. At age 36, he's played more NBA playoff games than anyone in history without winning a title.
Now the Bulls would like to get 2 for 1 possession here. Try to get a quick score, get to the free throw line to give them 2 opportunities to 1.
Pippen into Jordan. Micheal working on Russell. Brings them to within 1.
They scored within 4 seconds there. That's how quickly that changes now. Now it puts the pressure on the Jazz to score once again.
Jordan with 43. Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Timeout Utah, 5.2 seconds left. Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points.
At the end of the game, you got to get it out of his hands. He's beat you so many times. You watch Jordan play, Doug, and you know that at the end of the game, he's a killer.
This was really the play that hurt Isaiah because they scored so quickly. Micheal got in there and scored within 4 seconds. And what happened was Micheal doubled back. You're going to see he's in the play. Look where Hornacek is setting the screen. Micheal never clears, so Malone doesn't see him. He comes from the blind side and strips him. So 3 crucial plays here by Michael Jordan now as he gets Brian Russell with a quick crossover. Look at Brian Russell slips, and Micheal pulls up and buries the shot to give him a 1-point lead.
That may have been, who knows what will unfold in the next several months, but that may have been the last shot Michael Jordan will ever take in the NBA.
Watch Jordan's left hand here as he gives Russell the push. The referee can't see that. Jordan frees himself up for a clean look. The greatest thing about Jordan is he has all the tricks. That's why it's so difficult to guard him.
If that's the last image of Michael Jordan, how magnificent is it?
I don't think you can put it into words, Bob. I mean, what he's done here in this 4th period, you see the 16 points. He got about a minute's rest and had to come back in. And Scottie Pippen has played a gutty game today, but still plenty of time here for Utah to try to score.
But that's what Jordan is so smart at with his brains. He rested on defense so he would have enough energy down the stretch to perform.
All right, 5.2 seconds. Utah down 1. Coach?
Well, you've got to do one of 2 things. You've either got to get the ball to a guy where he can attack the basket. Utah loves to run a play up at the top where they wrap a guy to the corner and then pin down and catch at the top. You know if Malone gets it, they're probably going to run at him. Stockton and Hornacek have made key shots their entire career.
Stockton, Hornacek, Antoine Carr, Karl Malone, and Brian Russell. If they score, there's a game 7. If they don't, for the 2nd straight year, they go out in 6. Stockton, Harper's on him. Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their 2nd three-peat. When you lose by this narrow margin, speaking of the Utah Jazz, there are so many things to look back on. But the Howard Isley 3 that was taken away in the first half will eat at them all summer long. Jackson and Jordan, perhaps for the last time. Chicago 87, Utah 86. Jerry Sloan showing class, trying to shake hands with each and every member of the Chicago Bulls, who won 2 out of 3 here and 2 out of 3 in Chicago.
Thanks, boy. David, thank you, boy. Thank you.
Statistically, especially in terms of shooting percentage, Michael Jordan has had better games. But when you consider at age 35, the games he's played this year, the grinding minutes he's played, and Scottie Pippen being all but incapacitated tonight, and the fact that they're on the road, and the fact that the odds would shift to Utah's favor for a Game 7, yes, MJ rose again. He no longer needs accomplishments to prove his case as the greatest player in NBA history. He just adds to it. And if this is the final chapter, what a way to close the book.
I tell you, Bob, as you look at Scottie Pippen there, I remember all Scottie ever heard about was the migraine headache. and that he couldn't play with pain. Well, today, they could not have won this game without him. Just his presence being out there. He made some big shots. He fed the post. He did all the little things for Chicago, and his numbers aren't going to show it. But Micheal, once again, with the heroics, the unbelievable plays. But his sidekick, Scottie Pippen, was there for him when he needed him.
And I'm watching Michael Jordan hug his mother right there. Such a great player, such a great person. Everything that this game is about, the goodness of it, he represents, and what he's done for the game of basketball and for this Chicago Bulls organization. All of us as former athletes are very thankful to 23 in red.
Michael Jordan is as great a competitor as sports has ever seen. He also has an uncanny sense of theater. And as he makes his decision, he'll think about the fact that he could not ask for a better punctuation than this. He accepts a victory cigar from Jerry Reinsdorf to not only hit the winning basket, but have it be the last shot he takes this season, maybe the last he'll ever take in a Chicago Bulls uniform, to win the game and the championship by a point.
You know, Bob, it's interesting about Michael Jordan. He's a guy who has nothing to prove, but lives his life every day as if he has everything to prove. That's something about his greatness. He's an unbelievable athlete.
One more look at a shot you'll be seeing hundreds of times if you're a basketball fan. You'll see it dozens of times on the highlight shows tonight. Stockton gets rid of it. It's short. Harper had a hand in his face and maybe even got a small piece of the ball.
I thought Stockton had a great look right there. It was a well-executed play. Stockton and Malone, and that's who you want taking your last shot, because he's made so many big shots for Utah. You know, my heart goes out to Stockton and Malone, because those two, more than any other two athletes in this era, really deserve a shot at wearing a championship ring.
A shot can hardly come much closer than that without going in. For the celebration, here's Dan Roberts, the PA man.
And now, please direct your attention to center court for the presentation of the 1998 NBA Finals MVP and the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy.
It is now time to make the 1998 Championship Trophy presentation. Joining me up here are the chairman, Jerry Reinsdorf, Vice President Jerry Krause, Head Coach Phil Jackson, and to make that presentation, here's the Commissioner of the NBA, Mr. David Stern.
The two best teams in the NBA this season were the Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls. These two teams in these finals, wonderfully matched and motivated, treated the world of basketball to NBA basketball at its heart-stopping best. To both teams, thank you. But to the Chicago Bulls, the 1998 NBA champion, and a team for the ages, congratulations to this team, to this organization, to its fans, and to these great players.
All right, Mr. Reinsdorf. Chicago Bulls fans all over the world would like to know, are you going to do everything you can possible to bring these guys back here to try to do this all over again?
Well, let me first, Ahmad, say that on behalf of millions of Bulls fans all around the world, it's an honor to accept this trophy. It's only unfortunate that we can't have co-champions, because this Utah Jazz team is just the greatest team that we've ever played. 2 years in a row, they took us as far as you could take anybody. Winning six championships in 8 years is unbelievable. It's a tribute to a great coach and his staff, great players, Scottie and Michael, an unbelievable performance by Scottie and Payne tonight, Jerry Krause and his staff, just unbelievable. And on behalf of millions of Bulls fans all over the world, I can only hope and pray that Michael and Scottie will come back and defend the championship one more time.
I take that as a yes. You are going to try to bring them back. Jerry Krause, you have to be very proud of this team.
I'm so proud of these players and the staff. And this is for the fans back in Chicago, the greatest sports fans in the world.
and we're just so happy. We're going to celebrate safe, guys, and we'll be home tomorrow morning.
All right, Jerry, let me ask you, you do everything you can to bring these guys back.
Well, you know, tonight all I want to do is celebrate and have fun, and we're gonna talk later on. But this is a great occasion, and what Jerry said about the Utah Club, Jerry Sloan and Scotty Layden are special people, and this is just a great organization, and it's somebody that you're proud of that you can be with.
All right, Jerry, let's talk to Phil Jackson.
Yes, I'm on.
Once again, another journey to the top of the mountain. How is this one different from the other 5?
Well, Ahmad, we had to fight our way through this one. This is a real struggle for us this year against overwhelming odds. Maybe not as talented as the last 2 years, but they had a great heart. Hearts of a champion, as Michael has said. They won it.
All right, you will celebrate tonight. Are you going to come back?
Gee, that's a great question, Ahmad. I'll dodge that one right now. Thanks.
All right, Phil. All right, once again, it is now time for the 1998 NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award. And once again, here's the Commissioner, David Stern.
Big surprise. 6 championships, 6 MVPs. Michael Jordan, get over here. You grace us with your presence. You've contributed mightily to our league. And tonight you gave one of the singular performances in the history of the NBA Finals. Thank you and congratulations, 1998 NBA Finals MVP, Michael Jordan.
Michael, you have won this award before, but somehow I have the feeling that this one is more special than all of them.
Well, let me say hello to my wife and my kids at home because they desperately wanted to come. I didn't want them to come here today because I wanted to focus on the game, but I wish they were here to help me celebrate. I know they're there cheering, and I can't wait to get home. But to the Utah fans, you guys are a tough bunch to play in front of. You guys came out with a lot of loyalty and respect for your team. You made it really tough for us. We really, after losing Game 5 in Chicago, a couple of us dread coming back to Utah because we had to deal with the fans because of the energy that they bring to the game. But we had no choice, so we had to come in and play our best, and you guys made it a very competitive finals, and you know it's very worthy to win this, and I think of all the championships that we've won, this is the toughest.
It doesn't get any easier, but at the beginning of the season, this was the goal that you set out for. How wonderful was it to make this into a reality?
Well, I tell you, when you start the season, I'm pretty sure every team next year is going to start with the focus of finishing and winning their last game. We started with that focus. It was a long road, a lot of different tasks and little bumps in the road, but somehow we made it, and I think everybody who looks at this year is going to have a lot of gratification and understanding and a lot of dedication.
There were a lot of times during the course of the season that people doubted the Chicago Bulls, doubted that you'd be able to come back and pull this off. Even during this finals series here, people doubted you. How'd you guys stay so confident?
Well, I mean, this team is one. Our leadership is strong. Our leadership is very positive, very determined, and it filters down to the rest of the players. And we never let anybody give up. You know, we believed in it, and we kept coming for it.
All right, I've asked everybody if they're all going to come around to try to do this again. One more time?
I would love for that to happen. I think that's something that's got to have to be determined over summer.
All right. Congratulations, Michael. Congratulations, Chicago Bulls. Let's go over to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. Tonight, one of the truly gutty performances in the finals by Scottie Pippen. Scottie, how badly were you hurt during this game?
I was hurting pretty bad, you know, to start the game off. I was able to get a dunk when I came down. The pain just sort of built from that point, and every time I tried to run, I was getting spasms. But I knew I wanted to come back and try to give a better performance in the second half, so I just tried to take advantage of that little bit of time before the half and, you know, see what I can do. And I came out the second half, and Chip wanted to give me a little treatment, and I took the treatment, and I told him from there I was going to just try to gut it out. You know, I felt like that my presence out on the floor would mean more than just sitting in the locker room.
Initially, you didn't think you could come back, and then the miracle happened there at halftime. How much did you revert back to some of the things that had happened to you in the past, and you knew that if you gutted it out this time that it could change all of that?
Well, I knew I was going to come back the second half. I have to correct you on that. I knew, but I just didn't know how much I was going to be able to give. I knew I wanted to just hope that the team could stay in the game, keep it close, and if I could come back out, let my presence be known out on the court.
Now, Scottie, you were in tears after the game. Was this your most difficult championship, and why the tears this time? Is it maybe because you feel it's ending?
Well, I think they all have brought tears to my eyes, but this one's so difficult because I felt like to some degree, without me being out on the court, that I was kind of letting the team down, and they understood. But I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a present. I wanted to play a major role in the game. But the other guys came off the bench, held us in there the first half, especially Micheal. He had a heck of a game, and everything else is history.
Now you hold the key here to these teams returning. Micheal said if you come back, he'll come back, and Phil and so forth. What are your thoughts? Will you come back? Would you take a one-year deal? What will go through your thought process in making this determination?
Well, Jim, right now I just have to, let everything soak in. There's a lot of opportunities out there for me, and I have to look more down the road at my future. But I don't know. After all this soaks in and get back and get my back on track, you never know.
Is there a twinge of sadness with you, a little melancholy feeling right now that it may be ending? Excuse me? Are you feeling a little sad right now that this could be coming to a close?
No, not really. We're going to enjoy this, and, as long as we can. As a player right now, I don't feel like it's over. We got a lot of celebration to do, and I'm not really looking forward to next season right now.
Final thought, the Utah Jazz and Karl Malone, a spectacular effort. What would your thoughts be toward them?
It was great. Karl and John, they're some gutty performers. Hornacek, Russell, who's grown and matured and, had a fabulous series. We take our hats off to this team. The fans here have really came out and made us work hard. It was a great series. It was a even better series than last series. Even though both series ended at 6 games, this topped it all.